Welcome to battle number 3 of week number 5 of the FNF Seafoam Isles Draft League. I'm your host Lionhugs, and I'll be commentating this replay match between Colin of the Pennsylvania Porygon-Zs versus Emberhoof of Rio Grande Rapidash. Before we go ahead and continue, let's review the Mega and Z Pokemon making an appearance today. So on Colin's side, Mega Lopunny decided to be benched. However, Z Any Togekiss and Z Attack Scrafty have both made an appearance today. On Emberhoof's corner, we have Mega Slowbro, as well as Z Any Sylveon, and Z Attack Rapidash. Before we go ahead and begin, let's go over some initial thoughts. First of which being that I'm actually extremely excited to commentate this match, specifically because, if you didn't already know, these are actually your two out of the 3 mods for Seafoam Isles Draft League. So that's Colin versus Emberhoof. I am the third, so this is very, I don't know, moddy, I suppose. I'm just really excited, just because I have faced these players before also in Victory Road Draft League. I know they're both really strong competitors, and I'm very excited to see how they duke it out tonight. And speaking of, it looks like we have some pretty decently balanced teams. Like, as I was going over my initial thoughts, I realized there wasn't really too many weaknesses on either side that the other could really exploit that well. So for example, Kartana being there on Colin's side, obviously really big heavy hitter, that amazingly sky-high attack and speed, as well as beast boost, makes it very threatening. However, its special defense and HP are paper thin. I mean, kind of looks like a kite to me anyway. So, quite obviously, Emberhoof has brought signature Pokemon Rapidash. Can easily take it out with a decent fire move of any kind, really. Or, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, maybe even, like, Sylveon got off, like, a Hyper Voice or something and ended up one-shotting it. But yeah, and looking at the rest of Colin's team, we see kind of like a mix of mostly bulky Pokemon overall. We have a nice pivot with Ampharos, and her being super slow allows her to basically Volt Switch in anybody for free without taking any damage. Assuming she can take the hit. We have Togekiss, who can deal with like any Earthquake set out by probably, I'm guessing, Exploud or Goodra, depending on how they're invested. We have Tentacruel, who could run Harassment with Knockoff, Toxic Spikes, just a bunch of little neat tricks as well. And then obviously Scrafty with its really nice offensive typing of Fighting and Dark can definitely be a big threat to Mega Slowbro, as well as just hitting everybody pretty hard, and not to mention Exploud with the type weakness. Anyway, moving on to Emberhoof's side, we actually just want to get this out of the way because Emberhoof has 2 of my favorite Pokemon out this match, which is, if you didn't already know, Sylveon and Goodra. So it's kind of hard not to be a little bit biased, but I'll do my best. But I am really excited to see, just because Goodra's like a nice kind of like all-around like dragon. Like, maybe not like the best dragon, but definitely not the worst. Has a really nice wide moveset, as dragon types do. Can potentially threaten or take pretty nice special hits from Ampharos, Tentacruel, and sorry, I forgot his name, Darmanitan as well. Not to mention Sylveon, depending on how the investment goes. That could be a very nice tank, a good cleric, maybe not a sweeper, but like a good wall, for example. Special defense especially. Or physical defense to make it a nice tank. Not to mention, going over with the more offensive sides, we have Urshifu as well as Rapidash, who can do some really decent damage. Or Slowbro once he evolves, Mega evolves. And there's no Ghost type, so I'm not sure if that's going to be like a Scrappy Exploud or some other ability. Anyway, right now I'm just rambling on. I really want to get back down to business, and I'm so excited to see this match with you guys. Let's go ahead and begin. And out comes Kumatora the Togekiss versus Urshifu, the Urshifu. And Urshifu uses a U-turn. It's resisted, but now probably allows for... who's going to come out? Oh, Sylveon. Interesting. Wonder that Sylveon has Toxic. And out comes a Thunder Wave. Nice prediction for that. Assuming Sylveon can go ahead and heal Bell, and ooh, there goes the Air Slash. Word Salad, my bad. Yep, that's a Serene Garry's Togekiss. Oh, that's going to be brutal to get around with the increased flinch chance. Leftovers heals up Sylveon just a little bit. And another Air Slash. And there's the Toxic. Kumatora definitely doesn't want to stay in. Kumatora's Air Slashes aren't going to really do too much to Sylveon's special defense, but with that flinch chance, really makes Emperor's strategy, or rather tactics, I guess, using Sylveon kind of hampered. That was English. And Toxic Damage continues to chip away at Kumatora. Colin decides to switch out for Jin the Kartana. And Sylveon uses the Heal Bell. Nice timing for Emperor. A Steel type move is not going to be good, so Emberhoof does switch out to Slowbro with a type resistance. Out comes Smart Strike, only doing 13% damage. Slowbro is now comfortably able to Mega Evolve. And out comes Kumatora. And Mega Slowbro has indeed evolved. And gone for a Scald, doing decent damage, only around 30%. However, if Kumatora has Roost, this battle could last a bit. Colin decides to switch out for Storm the Ampharos. Slowbro slacks off, expecting to take probably an Energy Ball or some other grass move. And out comes Goodra. It's really hard not to say Goodra, my baby. Anyway, out comes Volt Switch. It's not really effective. Funny that it's faster, but I wonder if that means Goodra's going to use Dragon Tail. Goodra is affected by AJ the Scrafty's Intimidates. Oh wait, I miscalculated. Goodra came out on that move. Anyway, Draco Meteor comes out, brings AJ down to 52%. AJ goes for the Poison Jab, and Goodra is poisoned. Ooh. Not good, and because AJ has Poison Jab, Sylveon does not want to come out. Out comes Slowbro instead. Taking a resisted Drain Punch, but if AJ has a Dark type move. Instead, Aquarion the Tentacruel comes out. Slowbro uses Scald, doesn't do too much damage. Wonder who they were hoping to hit. Probably AJ. And out comes the first layer of Toxic Spikes on Emberhoof's side. A Scald comes out and burns Aquarion. It's not going to really do too much, but it will at least slowly chip away. And cancel out that Black Sludge. Nice. Ooh, second layer of Toxic Spikes. It looks like Slowbro's going for a Calm Mind Sweep instead. Probably the best solution, as I don't think anybody in Emberhoof's team can comfortably step on those Toxic Spikes. Ooh, and Aquarion counters with a Haze. Very good tactic on Colin Smart. Strange that Slowbro goes for Scald. I wonder if it does have like a Psychic move. That would be pretty good effect. Emberhoof's was probably expecting a switch out. And out comes Storm the Ampharos. Probably going to go for a Volt Switch. Out comes another Scald. 32% health. Make that 26% after the Leftovers recovery. And out comes Sylveon, who is Toxic Poisoned. Probably going to take that Volt Switch, which hopefully won't do too much. This time over, I'm expecting AJ to come out. That would be the best move for Colin to make. Oh, instead we have Kartana. That's another good counter. Extremely good counter, actually, especially the Beast Boost chance. Emberhoof now has no choice but to switch out, and indeed he does to Urshifu, who is also now toxic poisoned. And out goes Smart Strike, doing 46% damage, and the first part of toxic damage brings it down to 48%. Urshifu in the yellow, and after it intimidates, Colin's layering all these tactics very well. Ooh, but a Drain Punch! Even with its weakened from Tropical Berry, of course, but still does a decent amount of damage despite the lowered attack by 1 stage. And Urshifu's back to the same health as it has before, at 47%, and another Drain Punch finishes it off. Down goes AJ for the first Pokemon to fall in battle. Again, 20 turns in and not a single Pokemon has actually gone down. Goes to show you how well these opponents have prepared for this battle and seem to, I want to say they're reading each other pretty well. And Urshifu has been withdrawn. Out comes Sylveon, who's also already toxic poisoned. And there goes the Air Slash. Doesn't really do much at this point, however, without a Heal Bell. I'm sorry, with the Flinch Chance, Sylveon may not be able to get to use a Heal Bell before Toxic takes it out. Interesting. Okay, Emberhoof goes for the Wish. I wonder if that's meant for Sylveon or for another Pokemon. Because if that Heal Bell doesn't go through because of Flinch, this might be over for Sylveon. And Heal Bell does go through! Poison is cured for Sylveon, and that Wish is going to bring her back to 55%. And Kumatora actually might be finished off by Toxic instead. Oh, no, just hung on. 6% left. There goes that other Air Slash. Another Wish by Sylveon could help her out. Unfortunately, she flinched. And Kumatora is done in by the Toxic. The score is now 6-4 in Emberhoof's favor. Very interesting. Just a few turns ago, it seemed like Colin had really nice momentum going, but we'll see. Jin uses Leaf Blade, probably expecting a Slowbro switch out. And out goes the Beast Boost. Either that or it's saving its Steel type move. Let me see the... Oh. Anyway, out comes Gudra, who's also already toxic, and Aquarion, who is burned. Both at roughly half health. Gudra uses Flamethrower, interesting choice. It's probably meant for Cortana, obviously. Emberhoof definitely wants Cortana out, especially without the Cleric. Gudra uses Thunderbolt, probably expecting Tentacool to come out. Oh, sorry, that Thunderbolt was meant for Tentacool. It's like I'm already seeing into the future. And out comes Aquarion. I'm assuming Gudra's going to probably use... Well, Draco Meteor is more than enough to take it out. So Colin was trying to bank on Emberhoof, trying to hit the last Pokemon that was out after a decent pattern was established. Emberhoof definitely benefited from that Draco Meteor. However, looks like Emberhoof decided to sacrifice Gudra. It has been taken out by Jin's Smart Strike, and the Beast Boost goes in effect. The score is 4-3 in Emberhoof's favor, but we'll see how this match goes. Out comes Urshifu, who gets Toxic Spiked. And a Drain Punch is very effective, brings it up to 74% health. Can Jin take out Urshifu? Out comes Sacred Sword, and it is super effective. Down goes Urshifu. The score is an even 3-3. And the next Beast Boost raises Jin's attack by 2 stages. I would be very scared if I was in Emberhoof's position. Out comes Mega Slowbro, who takes a Leaf Blade and gets one-shotted. And out comes Beast Boost, again, raising another stage. Rapidash makes her first appearance of the battle, and immediately gets Toxic Spiked. And a Flare Blitz is more than enough to take it out. Probably overkill in my opinion. Recall damage didn't do too much since Jin was already at pretty low health. The score is now 2-2. This could be anyone's game, especially depending on what movesets are on Darmanitan, or should I say, Rajang Angre. And Earthquake takes out Rapidash. I wonder if that's meant to be angry. I'm not sure. The score is now 2-1. And out comes Exploud, also making her first appearance of the match. Out comes Storm the Ampharos. I'm assuming he's going to take an Earthquake? No, a Boom Burst. And that is another one-hit KO. Down goes Storm. The score is now a 1-1. This is anyone's game, depending on speed. Well, Darmanitan does outspeed. I wonder if Darmanitan has maybe Superpower or some other fighting move. So it goes for the Flare Blitz, and that ends the battle. That is a 1-0 victory for Colin. Oh my goodness. That was so close. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Also forgot to mention, Gen 5 is basically my favorite gen, my favorite games. This is one of my favorite tracks as well. I love N, I love this music, and just very fitting for this really hype match between the Seafoam Island mods. And yeah, that ends the battle. I really don't have much more finishing thoughts. It's just really interesting to see how, again, these are really strong veteran players, how they were able to read and respond and react to each other. Very exciting. I wish I had more to say, but I mean, there you have it. Please stay tuned for more Week 5 battles, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.